What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry that last video was just kind of like a random shop talk slash truck upgrade, what's coming, and shop. So it's just a bunch of me talking in the video. But anyway, today, guys, we have the 98 pulled back into the shop. Was at work today, and I noticed we have a little bit of an oil leak. As you can tell, I mean, that's a little bit, probably about 2/4 size. Not sure where it's coming from. I stopped by a shop today, the shop that's actually going to be installing my transmission temperature gauge in the 98, and asked him if it comes over Friday, if he can just look at it, see what he can find. Told him I was going to come home and check it out anyway, but it's a lot easier for those guys because they have a lift they can throw the truck up on. They're not trying to crawl underneath, and they don't have much clearance underneath these things. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna climb underneath there, see what I can see, but hopefully it's nothing major, but you just never know. And then, like I said, they are going to be installing the transmission temperature gauge. It is a glow shift gauge. I couldn't remember the name of it the last time. I was going to bring it down, but I forgot. But like I said, I'm going to be mounting it here. There's a test port on the side of the transmission that it will actually be tapping into, which is real nice. And then they'll just run the gauge up, and I'll end up double-sided sticky taping that mount. The mount's back there somewhere. Double-sided sticky tape the mount up here because I didn't want to hack this pillar all up and screw into it just for one of those single pod pillars. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna crawl underneath, see what we can see. I'm probably gonna check the oil on the dipstick as well. Same with the transmission, since we just had it serviced, make sure everything's good. And I'll bring you guys along. Hopefully we don't find anything majorly wrong. So stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, we're underneath the truck. I don't know how well you guys will even be able to see this, but right now we are looking at, here is the oil pan. You follow it up, and then there's the front of it. I don't know if it's the oil pan gasket that's leaking or what, because the oil leak itself, as you can tell, is right here. Then if you go straight up from there, I don't know if you guys will be able to see my hand or not, but it looks like it's coming from right up in there. I'm gonna have to grab a light to look a little bit better. Just kind of showing you guys what the deal is. And then we also have some, looks like it's dripping there from, I don't know if it maybe the drain plug isn't on all the way. We're gonna check that, kind of wipe everything down, and then see, maybe start it and see if we see anything dripping. But we're gonna start with wiping everything down and then probably tightening up the drain plug, just to be sure, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna crawl back out, turn you guys off, grab a towel, wipe it all down, and then pick you guys back up when I find something. Okay, guys, so I think I narrowed down the oil leak. I'm sorry if you can't hear me, that fan's kind of loud, but I'm gonna crawl back underneath the truck with you. I actually have a light set up now. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it. I took a rag and wiped everything down like I said. I didn't start it yet, but I'm about 95% sure this is where it's coming from. Let's slide on underneath here. Where's my light? So like I said, there's the oil leak again. It's about 2/4 sizes. Let me grab the light and then set it up. So what you're looking at right here, I'm going to point to it. Right here, if my hands, see that little white, that's cords there. Don't look at the cords. That little white, my shadows on it, that's the front oil pan gasket. I believe that's where it's dripping from. I wiped it and it kind of built up back there again. So I'm guessing is when it drips, the fan right here is blowing it all back onto the 4x4 actuator, which is right here, all over the oil pan, all over the transmission and the exhaust. So I'm guessing that is where it's coming from. Not 100% sure, like I said, but I asked the guys at the shop, I just got off the phone with one, to check that spot, just double check it for me. He said he can do that, but I'm probably gonna grab some of that wire loom stuff right here and wrap these wires up again, so they stop getting coated with oil. Just wrap them up around the top there, and then I checked the oil, it's a little low. It's not terribly bad. I'll probably throw some Lucas oil in it just to get me till Friday so they can look at it. I can probably change this gasket myself. It's just a couple bolts and stuff, but I'm not 100% sure if I can wiggle it out and down through the exhaust and all that, because I mean the exhaust sits right here, but I should be able to. I don't think the front transfer case here would be a big problem. You just probably have to kind of drop it and wiggle it out this way. But if I did change it and I got that new gasket on there and I went to put it on there, I wouldn't want it to hit anything or damage it, so that might be the tricky part. But I might see how much a gasket is and go from there. If they can't replace it Friday, I might do it this Saturday or something. But anyway guys, I'm gonna go put some Lucas oil in it real quick. Just top everything off, make sure everything's good up in here. I don't want to drive it and oil get low and then something happen. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna look over everything else and then we should be good to go. So stay tuned guys, and I'll bring you guys back once I get everything added, and we'll see how it goes. We are back. I got Lucas oil put in the tranny. Should be good. I'm gonna start it, just check it. Got the wire loom, or whatever you want to call it, on those wires. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's that oil pan gasket. If they can't get it done Friday, I'll probably just check like a O'Reilly or Advanced Auto Parts, see how much one costs. It can't be more than like $20, $25. I'll take the old one off, clean it real well, take a wired brush to it, get it all off, and then take some carb cleaner, make sure it's all good, contaminant free, put the new one on, and then bolt it back up. Like I said, it's not going to be real hard. It's just going to be draining the oil and stuff like that. So I'll have probably 50 bucks in oil, and then whatever the part costs. If they can't do it, I'll probably pull it in here and try and get it done just to make this leak stop. But other than that, I greased all the front fittings all the way down the drive shaft and everything, so we should be good to go. I was covered in it, but I'm not sure how often you should grease your fittings on the front. I'm guessing maybe every oil change. I'm not sure. I haven't done it in, I don't think, ever since I've owned it. Well, no, I take that back. When I first got the truck, I did it. Now it's almost 3 years ago, so I should probably start doing that every oil change. I do change my own oil, so. But anyway, guys, little update there on the 98. I can't wait for that transmission temp gauge to be in. I'm super excited about it. Also, I saw that Chad today, and he is working on the 79. I just got to get the battery over to him, get the core support put in the radiator, upper and lower radiator hoses, put fuel in it, coolant in it, and we should be able to see if it will start and run. I guess you really don't need that stuff just to see if it'll fire, but to check for leaks and stuff, you obviously need it to run. So I'm going to try and get over there Wednesday if we're not baling hay, to work on that, get everything put in, so hopefully maybe this weekend we can fire it and see if we have any leaks. But I'll have to run up to Columbus to get a fuel line at some point, so I might do that Wednesday before I go over to his house or his shop. But everything else is going good. I'm hoping it's not a major, like I said, I'm about 95% sure that's where that leak is coming from, but you just never know. But I'm hoping it's nothing major. I'm hoping they can get that transmission temp gauge in just fine, so I can actually see what I'm running. Most guys say 170 to 180 is about normal. I'm not sure what I'm running, especially when I'm towing. I'd like it just to be safe. But yeah, guys, if you're a first-time viewer, make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you get notified when I upload. Gonna hopefully get a video on the 79 here, like I said, hopefully Wednesday. I just never know how my schedule's gonna go. But anyway, guys, remember, learning as I do, doing what I love. I'm the GM man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.